We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another gathering of the minds. Official test start time 2 minutes, 5 paragraphs, 5 sentences each, 5 words per sentence, 5 computer spaces in between, 5 revisions. Show the work. You can use your hyperscientific, you can use artificial intelligence, Siri, Sarah, Alexa, Copilot, or DeepSeek R1, but you must show the work. If you don't show the work, I'm going to assume you only use technology, and if that's the case, you'll get no credit. Okay? Let me see. Make sure I do this. Okay, so that's taken care of. One less thing to worry about. Got that out the way. And I did something as a wild card. I didn't even realize that. Very quickly, let me invite you guys here. So, cheers to you guys. Um, Go ahead and open up your Baja apps. Let's check the markets real quick. See what's going zones in the mercados. Shout out to Morpheus, my brother from another mother. Go straight to the news. Let's go. Let's go crypto news. See what we got. 8-1. Nope. Every everybody's talking about Coinbase. Oye esa vaina. Yo, home run. That's it. MicroStrategy buys 21,021 Bitcoin for 2.46 billion. Yo, this is what I'm talking about, baby. MicroStrategy Incorporated, doing business as strategy, acquired 21,021 Bitcoin for approximately 2.46 billion in the week between July 28 and August the 3rd, according to the company's Securities and Exchange Commission SEC filing published on Monday. According to the filing, the company bought Bitcoin at an average price of approximately 117,256 per Bitcoin, including fees and expenses. It used proceeds from the sale of 28,011,111 of its variable rate Series A perpetual stretch preferred stock at a public offering price of $90 per share. After the latest purchase, MicroStrategy and its subsidiaries currently hold 628,791 Bitcoin, acquired at an aggregate price of approximately 46.08 billion, or approximately 73,277 per Bitcoin. The company stock climbed by 1.92% during pre-market trade after the filings released to sell for $373.66. They are in the red 8.77%, 366.63. Now, this is amazing news. This is as of 26 minutes ago. So while I'm running errands for the business and I'm getting supplies that we're going to need, this is actually happening. So this is amazing. It's good to have good business partners so you don't have to worry too much, right? So that is amazing. Also, $366 a share. You really can't beat that. I'm sorry to tell you, you really cannot beat that. So Um, let's see what else is going on. Let me see. Baidu Lyft partner to bring self-riding service to Europe. That's interesting because we're also investing in that technology. So let us continue. Baidu and Lyft partner to bring self-riding service to Europe. Baidu Incorporated and Lyft Incorporated announced on Monday that they have partnered to deploy the former company's autonomous electric vehicles, AVs, Apollo Go, to the latter's platform in Europe. According to the enterprise's statements, the service will first be introduced in Germany and the United Kingdom in 2026 if it gets regulatory approval. This collaboration represents our commitment to making autonomous mobility accessible worldwide while working with local partners who understand their communities. Baidu Chief Executive Officer, CEO Robin Lee said, while Lyft head David Reischer added that it's part of our hybrid network approach, where AVs and human drivers work together to provide customer base obsessed options for riders. So Baidu Incorporated stands in the Green Ranger 1.06%, $85.50 a share. Baidu Inc., the secondary, stands in the red 1.98%, $86.13. Lyft Incorporated stands in the red 3.13% at $13.62 a share. Amphenol to buy CommScope's cable unit for $10 billion. Amphenol Corporation confirmed on Monday that it had reached an agreement with CommScope Holdings regarding the $10.5 billion acquisition of its connectivity and cable solutions (CCS) business following a previous report. The Connecticut-based company stated that this acquisition will widen its fiber optic portfolio and other interconnect product solutions, and that it will also increase Amphenol's interconnect product capabilities in the IT datacom market, especially by offering fiber optic products for artificial intelligence as well as data center applications. We look forward to expanding our support of customers in all three of these important end markets. With our acquisition earlier this year of the Andrew business from CommScope and now the pending acquisition of CCS, we look forward to these outstanding businesses thriving within Amphenol's unique operating model. Amphenol President and Chief Executive Officer R. Adam Norwood commented, CommScope Holdings Company Incorporated stands in the red 5.00% at $7.79. Amphenol Corporation also stands in the red 2.07% at $104.31. Here we go again. We're in autonomous technology. Spotify, this is music. Again, these are the telltale signs that the industry is trash. Spotify to raise premium subscription prices. Spotify announced on Monday that the premium subscription prices will be raised to €11.99 in certain markets over the next month. The company revealed that the subscription price will increase from the current €10.99 in multiple markets across Europe, South Asia, Latin America, Africa, and the Pacific region. While the company did not specify which countries will be affected by the latest pricing, it stated that users will receive an email from the company announcing and explaining the update. Spotify Technology SA Spotify, $276.80 a share. Why is that important? It's important because we're penetrating markets that they don't have. We're penetrating the markets that they do have, and we have a better business model. Because why wouldn't we charge a subscription based fee? If they can do it for €12, can we deliver a premium service for €8 a month? That's the question. What's the answer? Tesla awards 96 million shares to Musk. Moving on. Foxconn sells Ohio plant to keep operations there. Hun High Precision Industry Corporation Limited, also known as Foxconn Technology Group, has announced on Monday that it sold the premises in Lordstown, Ohio, to its business partner in the Perfect Project, Crescent Dune LLC. According to a regulatory filing, Foxconn said it will continue to use the facility and reinvest the funds earned in this transaction in its operations in the United States. This adjustment being made to our fixed assets will enable greater financial flexibility and operational efficiency for the company. Foxconn will be involved in the manufacturing of products for customers at the Lordstown facility, it said. In the previous quarter, Foxconn reported a 15.82% annual rise in its second trimester earnings. Han High Precision Incorporated, $3.26 a share. That's a buy in my book. Xiaomi, one of our business partners, delivery system right here, all the technologies, we just basically getting started. Xiaomi presents new AI voice recognition model. Xiaomi Corporation introduced on Monday its new open source artificial intelligence voice recognition model called My Dasheng LM7B. My Dasheng LM7B stands out for both speed and efficiency in practice terms. And in practical terms, businesses deploying this system can expect faster response times and greater scalability, making it ideal for everything from large scale customer service automation to real time data analysis, the company said in a statement. Furthermore, Xiaomi also added that the technical center of the new system uses the company's Dasheng audio encoder with the Quen 2.5 Omni 7B Thinker auto regressive decoder, which enables the model to use speech recognition, environmental sound detection, and music analysis as well within a single framework. Xiaomi Corporation stands in the Green Ranger 0.47% at $53.40 a share. Again, this is how we're able to determine the value of our portfolio every single day, meaning the value of the catalog. Samsung Electronics set to launch AI task force. Again, one of our business partners. Can we fix it? Yes. Can we make it better? Yes. That's the question. What's the answer, right? Samsung Group's Samsung Electronics Corporation Limited has established a task force dedicated to projects based on artificial intelligence, AI. Yonhap reported on Monday. According to people familiar with the matter, the team titled Inox Lab or InnoX Lab was created within the company's device experience DX unit. They added that InnoX Lab will work on using AI to modernize operational models, accelerate automation, and even create bases for humanoid robots. The reported announcement came after Samsung Electronics posted a 55.2% annual decline in its second quarter operating profit. Meanwhile, United States President Donald Trump threatened to impose a 25% tariff on Samsung Group's products if they are not produced in the North American country. Samsung EL/25 GDRS NVPF stands in the Green Ranger 4.79%, $875 a share even. Thumbs up, that's a buy in my book. Amphenol set to be need deal for CommScope's broadband unit, which we already announced that. Amphenol Corporation, a Connecticut-based producer of interconnect sensors and antenna products, is coming close to a $10.5 billion deal to acquire CommScope Holdings' broadband connectivity and cable unit. The Wall Street Journal reported, citing people familiar with the matter. The deal could be closed as soon as Monday if no last-minute hurdles arise. The unit in question provides broadband connectivity solutions for internet providers, data centers, and network infrastructures, and is CommScope's largest division by both sales and operating income. We already went over that, but I always like to go back to see how the deal uh, generated. Um, Eurozone inflation 2%, tariff scares, Trump hikes Canada ban. Okay, I think that pretty much covers the common consensus. Hmm. Ms. Saidi, who's in charge of my charities and my churches or my philanthropic endeavors, she always sends me all of the things from the churches and stuff like that. They always say thank you and God bless you and all the beautiful things that we need to start the day. So now we could go into theory because we basically broke it down. First of all, we know that Bitcoin is the truth. You have MicroStrategy hitting it out the park. You have Xiaomi developing a new AI system to compete with all the other AIs that are out there. Um, I have the reflection based on the Baidu partnership with Lyft, which is another one of our business partners, expanding to Europe using their vehicles. We are in the autonomous field as far as an investment. And you know what I realized? What was our pursuit for the autonomous system has become the pursuit for a better AI model, which we're also working on that technology. But I see a bigger gain. Also, Mr. Mauricio Ruiz mentioned in the dialogue that he had with M. Rodriguez, where they spoke about a monthly subscription based thing. And for me, that's an amazing thing because not only would we compete um, by being better priced and better positioned than a Spotify or iTunes, but we could do it with a much bigger and better catalog. And if anything fails, a different business model would be to bring in all new artists and all new sounds and creating the rift between the old music industry and music business to the new one. Because this channel that we're building, this forum or this format, is for new music. We're always going to love the classics, but after, you know, hundreds of years of music or modern music using modern technology, I think that it's fair to say that it's time for a change. So doesn't necessarily mean for our investors that that's the direction we're going to go with. It's just another example. It's just another opportunity to explore a different facet of the market. We also know that the division and the arm that's going to focus on um, like motion pictures and series and sitcoms and video games is also an extension. So it creates this synergetic, cohesive, interactive universe for what we're trying to do. Again, these are all, I guess, small examples, you know, just to kind of highlight and, using the future for the purpose of research and to kind of explore all new opportunities. Look at these beautiful cufflinks as well. Just thought I'd share that with you guys. Give me 1 second. Like Mr. Eric Thomas says, we have to live the dream, we have to believe in the dream, we have to build the dream every single day. So, who am I? I'm an artist. My name is Jonathan Marte Pena. I'm not just an artist, I'm an entrepreneur. What's my artist name? Venom R1. This YouTube channel is for educational purposes. It's not monetized. It's not no gimmicks, no pay for this consulting or none of that. It's my personal outlet, my creative expression, right? I get to use this as a communication tool to keep everybody in the loop and show new entrepreneurs and new artists how I'm building this company. What I own is a technology company, aside from an investment firm and a holdings company, which every other corporation is part of the umbrella, right? What are we negotiating right now? We're negotiating a few thousand songs from the catalog. Can we negotiate less than that? Absolutely. That is up for debate. But what are we gathering financing for? We're gathering finance for the auction of the singular, most expensive, highest grossing, highest selling NFT, and the one for a power user based around a community. For us, that is day one. It's pointless for us to go into details about wearable technology and apparel and autonomous systems and medical designs as well as military designs that have been modified for civilian application. It's pointless to speak about Guinness and World Books of Records because on the blockchain it's instant verification and you cannot fake these things on the blockchain. What do we continue to do every day? Every day we keep up with the markets. Every day we produce new music. Every day we administrate and manage all of our businesses, all of our investments, all of our portfolios. We have an excellent diversification program. Every profit that we make on Bitcoin, we turn into bars of gold. Every profit that we make on Ethereum, we turn into bars of silver. So this is just to give you an example. Any variable dividend goes into real estate, and then real estate opens up its own doors. We have franchises, we have brick and mortar locations. In this market, I have about 7 or 8 businesses within a 5 mile radius, just to give you an example. And it's about creating these opportunities using newer technology. Yesterday, I had an excellent conversation with one of my clients. Shout out to you, you know who you are. This young man is studying computer programming and computer science. We had a conversation about how Meta is offering as a starting price, they're offering $2 million to these kids. So I told them, in order for me to be competitive, unless we want all the talent, all the opportunities to go to Meta, is for me to offer $4 to $6 million so that I can acquire the best talent. So what I was really saying to this young man is that the future looks bright. Shout out to Valuetainment. Shout out to you, Patrick But David. Again, our business partners, right? So we also had a brief conversation about us finally partnering with Alphabet and Google, and not just in the sense of hardware and buying servers and being able to build these systems that support the cloud, but in the entertainment side, because part of the conversation dealt with Mauricio Ruiz and M. Rodriguez and being able to secure capital. We use the examples of Gamma and we use the examples of Formless, just to name a few, including whatever the name of the platform that M. Rodriguez is working on, right? So these are all examples of everything that we're doing. This is the industry that we're in, this is the trade, and this is the way to win. I got to cherry pick the people that I wanted in my project. So at the same time, it's about making sure that all of my business partners are happy, that everybody wins. If I give you 100% of what you want, you're going to give me 100% of what I want. So again, using those examples, we can take a Steve Stout, which is our business partner, directly and indirectly. So let's explore that. Steve Stout, previous manager, legend in the music industry, goes to get several rounds of funding to create United Masters. United Masters is like an extension arm of Tidal, which at the time was owned by Jay Z. Childhood friend of mine, one of my mentors. Shout out to you, Sean Corey, the real Sean Corey, right? Shout out to Dame. Shout out to Kareem Spigsberg. I'm not leaving nobody out. Shout out to Memphis Bleak, the whole Rockefeller, Choke No Joke, all the original people, right? Tata, OG Juan, uh, Miss Perez, Lenny S. I mean, the list goes on and on. But shout out to everybody, right? All the original people. Now, he's able to secure this funding. They start United Masters. We partner up because my first deal with them was a 90-10 split. I was getting 90% of my publishing. They upped it up to 95%. And then they gave me the clause, the option to negotiate the other 5%. Excellent. Google is owned by Alphabet. Alphabet provides the funding. Steve Stout provides the opportunity. Jay Z sells title right before they sell Louis Vuitton, the deal with Louis Vuitton Hermes, before he becomes one of the chairman of the board from Twitter. When Twitter is sold, now becomes X, is sold to Elon Musk. All these people are in the same technology, right? When you go back to the Billionaire Boys Club, the real Billionaire Boys Club, when you go back to 2021, this is 7 months before I broke the Guinness records. It put everything into and just look how fast these 5 years have passed. Look how much profit has been made. Look how Bitcoin went from a few thousand to a few 100,000. So we're on the beam. We're on our way. And again, we're using real world templates, real world examples. When you look at formulas, they were able to raise $2 million. When you look at the company that M. Rodriguez put together, that was a $6 million raise. Well, I'm offering my programmers $6 million today. What do you think I'm going to offer somebody like a Mauricio Ruiz or like a M. Rodriguez? Just to give you an example, where I have execs like Miss Laurie and Mr. Ray Daniels, to name a few. There's other execs that specialize in markets such as India, which is a market that I started to penetrate no more than 2 years ago. And these are all examples. This is all potential. All the deals that I was able to secure outside of Live Nation, outside of Ticketmaster. You look at events in Allegiant Center, Raider Stadium, such as the Canelo fight with Terrence Crawford and the huge concert with Shakira. You look how Shakira is being promoted through her publicist to be on Jimmy Fallon, and you have Jelly Roll hosting Jimmy Kimmel, and you have Carol G as well on Jimmy Fallon. You have Bad Bunny several times on Jimmy Fallon, dating one of the Kardashians. In the new Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler, going turbo on them. And I'm saying, yo, that's that's the beam, that's the lane. Now we need to get on this rail. We set a scheduled time frame of 12 weeks to close the deal. That means, if I'm not mistaken, either this Wednesday or this Thursday marks the first week. So we're only, what, 3 days away? And if you look at international hours, it's actually probably um, less time than that. I say 72 hours. So it's important to have these meetings every day. It's important to document that. Why is it important that MicroStrategy bought all this Bitcoin? Where do we stand in that? How much money are they talking about? Let's go back. 46 billion to my count. My quick, background. Let's see if I'm correct. All right. Yep. No, correction. 2.46 billion. Based on that alone, we can determine the value of our catalog. Then we multiply it with the partnership Baidu with Lyft in the European market. How much is that market worth? Then we multiply it by Xiaomi releasing their new artificial intelligence. We already know that all they are for us is a delivery system. That's all they are, is a delivery system for us. They are based partially overseas, which opens up so many doors. The creator, the maker movement, the potential to offer all new music because I'm building my own platform. We don't need to partner up with anybody else. We're cherry picking the people that we need. So notice how, again, we're going to continue to use Mauricio Ruiz as an example. That movement is great and it's amazing and it's needed. It's necessary. Amazing, nothing like it. But as a technology company, what we're doing is like over here. We're not at this level. We're at this level right here. We're at this level right here. Verticals, horizontals. We have access to some real estate in Tennessee, 7 acres for 50, 60,000. Okay, how much can I get for 25 million? Can I buy the whole property? I don't want to pay 60,000 for 6, 7 acres. I need a better deal than that. So I can liquidate one Swift Bitcoin. Boom, done. The payment systems, Coinbase, not hitting expectations, PayPal, accepting digital currencies, hyperlinks, my challenges with Guinness, my challenges with the industry, my challenges with hypnosis, my challenges with BandLab. I'm still the biggest artist on BandLab. I have the biggest catalog. I had to privatize my page to protect my page because they're threatening my catalog. While I'm in these negotiations, I have to keep the synergy going. This is every day. Every day we're going to use real life world examples so that everybody understands where we are and why what we're negotiating is so important. I'm going to be overseas in a few days. Once again, back out into the world. I got to go be an artist. Then I still have to negotiate. Then I got to come back and be a CEO, entrepreneur, etc. Why is this important? Because everybody in the company has to understand where we are. Everybody that wants to get involved with the company has to understand where we are. We don't want to create a community because I don't want to charge people a pay to play system. Let those that want to come in on their own accord, because they want to learn, because they want to understand, whether it's for educational purposes, whether they're in new industries, new trades, they're creating new products and new services. Everything that we're creating is new future technology. What if we just release everything as a delivery system through Baidu and Lyft in Europe? I'm going to say it again. I don't care about the American market. It is my weakest performing market. And it clearly shows why. It clearly shows why, because we are so behind on technology. So people don't understand. Part of Radarplex was the artificial intelligence that makes it work. So by default, as we were designing and engineering these things, they were being developed in a parallel. The same way that we slowed down hardware, software, automotive engineering design, and we sped up on everything else, including the NFT technology. We waited for the bubble, we waited for the cycle, we waited for the fraudulent people to move out of this space because this is where we are. Augmented reality, again, this is one of the prototypes with even better data points, creating all new opportunities for entertainment, for the wearable technology. I'm so tempted right now to finalize one of the prototypes. There's 2 units that I'm building, so I don't want to. I don't want to just use one and do research on one when we have the capability to build two and do research on both. One of the franchises, again, I had a conversation with one of my clients. Full Body Workouts is a franchise that I built based on that, based on my own results. Just to give you an example. So, as far as my business partners overseas, we don't have a manufacturing problem. It's always been a marketing problem. And this is how we need to approach it because this is technology. I can't just say, yo, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, because people want to put you in a box. Okay, so you're Latin, or you just do rap, or you do hip hop, or you sing. Oh, but you do music in Spanish. Oh, but you do music in English and Spanish. There's music that's more Spanish driven, less English. There's music that's more Spanish driven, less English. People want to put you into these boxes. Oh, what about the clearances? What about this? Why don't we do it through a label? I would never go through a label. Let BlackRock, Blackstone negotiate that. All we need to do is what BlackRock instructed us to do: show and prove. Can we deliver? All the people involved, they already know. that the clock is ticking. How much more time is going to be wasted? This is to serve as a public ledger, a public reminder, just like in the blockchain, just like with all the World Guinness records of everything that we're doing. So we need to have these meetings because these meetings go out all over the world, all over the universe, all over the internet. And we're at the cusp, not only of the tour. What is the tour going to do? It's going to facilitate more professionals. I can call Kalila Shapiro and say, yo, here, handle that, get the buzz going. It may take longer, but it's a more secure process. Just like my client yesterday, he's studying to be a programmer. What better company to work for when we're Space Force and we're Air Force and we're Homeland Security, Department of Defense, we're AFIS. At the end of the day, I'm G.I. Joe forever. You think that that person's ever going to have the opportunity to work on this type of technology? I'm based out of St. Patrick's. We're in Florida. This is the mecca of digital everything. People still choose to live in the past because that's their comfort zone. That's what they know. We already established in the books, in the magazine, Future Tech Plus, the standards for business are different. This is not you're going to break even in 5 years. This is you're going to break even in 10 to 15 years. Look at the investment firms. These type of investments, they're not just going 10, 15 years. They're saying 25 years and looking for different ways to secure these investments. So when we simplify it and we say, this is what we have, this is who we are, it's 8,000 songs, all intellectual property, we can go IPO, we're going venture capital route, we're going angel investor route, we're aiming EBITDA in the market to negotiate for more with BlackRock and Blackstone. Why would we go to them directly now when we can get a 24x quantum growth as a company? Everybody coming into the company at the floor level must understand that because we have something that is priceless. We have something that only God gave us, which is this one right here. So it puts everything into perspective. How can we secure all the investments? We are the bank. We sign off on everything. I get to sign off on everything. I have no oversight. Nobody's going to tell me I approve this budget or I disapprove of this budget. I own the company. So I'm walking in the door with all of the levers that we need. All these people, if they're serious about business, they're going to have to show it. They're going to have to prove it. Not to me, to themselves, because this opportunity is once in a lifetime. This is not rocket science. We're not trying to put a man on the moon. There's a new opportunity. We have everything from a video game system to wearable technology. And you see that we work on the technology every single day. Every day we make it better. Every day we improve. Every day we improve on it. Every day we keep up with the market. So we understand what Xiaomi is doing because we have our own smartphones. We understand what Baidu is doing with Lyft because they're our business partners, including Hertz, including Uber, including Pep Boys, just to name a few. We're still Team Chevrolet. Does not mean I still don't work with Ferrari and McLaren on the racing side. On the engineering side, I work with Pininfarina. Again, we all are entrepreneurs. We all have projects. We all have investments. We all have different strengths and different features, different different qualities that we bring to the table. But this deal requires for everybody to go in with a pure heart, or it's not going to work. And again, it may delay the goal, but it's not going to stop the goal. Companies like Formless and Gamma are examples. So now the question that I have for everybody here is what do you bring to the table? How can you add to this portfolio? How can you add to this opportunity? Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Can we make it better? Yes, we can. When do we start? We start today. Because I guarantee you tomorrow, when we have our meeting tomorrow, everything is going to be different. The market is going to be completely different. A few days ago, we spoke about this merger. Today, we're talking about the filings that were all released this morning. The purchase that was made with with MicroStrategy, that's doing business now as strategy. That happened 26 minutes before our meeting. And I was already up trading in the market probably 4 hours before that. So I had an idea, but I wasn't sure. And now I confirmed it in real time with all of you. So this is why this is extremely important that we have these gatherings of the minds, because there may be something that you can bring to the table, that you can contribute, that you can add, that you can change, that you can improve, that you can implement to get us to score the touchdown, because the benefit is there. Now, is it a situation where ego and pride comes into play? Yes, because if your portfolio is $2 million and we're offering you that in salary, if your portfolio is $6 million, we're offering you that in salary. If Mauricio Ruiz takes on the project, there's only 5% available for him, maybe 10%, and that's a negotiable, right? It's not 22%, it's not 20%, but how much is 5% of $1 trillion or $1 billion? It's a lot of cheeseburgers. Or does everybody want to wait? Everybody wants to wait another 2 or 3 decades to have another opportunity like this. This is it. Every one of my colleagues, every artist from my generation, they all took the payout at some point or another. I never did it. This is that moment. And not just the payout, the pride of ownership, developing all these investments. There was a time where I was teaching in Tampa, and there was an investment that was about $25 million, 400 unit property in Miami. By the same token, I had another property that was $5 million overseas that was almost the same thing. I didn't have to choose one or the other. I chose both because one investment can be sustained by the other. The other one has growth from 5 million and above. The other one has growth only from 25 million and above. But why couldn't they work together? Maybe balance each other out. What if both properties could generate 40, 50, 60 million dollars? Can I be upset? Can I say, God, I wanted it to happen this way, but it happened this way? No. All I could do is embrace it and continue to diversify and continue to invest, because that's the name of the game. We're not looking to just cash out. I don't want to create this company and just get rid of it. I'm still going to always be a chairman of the board. I'm still going to have oversight, but I'm not going to have the headache anymore, because now I can delegate that power to other people. My first offer is always the best. I come in as the closer. None of the people in my company should be afraid to close these deals. And that includes everybody that's a part of this project. Many people are part of this project. They choose to walk away from it. They choose to act like they don't understand what's going on, and that's fine. We just want to know who those people are so that they can be removed from the roster. And we can open the opportunity for new people to come in. Remember, Thursday, or within 72 hours, we're going to be on an 11-week countdown. Out of those 11 weeks, I'm saying, 3 to 4 weeks, the tour will have kicked off by then. Now everything gets accelerated. More income, more cash flow, more money to invest, more professionals I can delegate the power to, more access to more networks, and it just builds and builds and builds. If I do it as an artist, as an entrepreneur, imagine if all my execs did it. And I'm not play hating on their portfolios, their investments, and their careers, everything that they have else going on. But I am prioritizing this one, because this one unlocks everything else. I can lead a horse to the water. I cannot force the horse to drink the water. This is all the time that we have for today. I have a business that just opened. My other three businesses are open. My business on the street is open. My business on the beach is open. I have to take care of this one for the rest of the day. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing day today. May you conquer everything in your path. May everything that you touch turn into solid gold bars and silver bars and beautiful and precious gemstones such as moissanite and laboratory grown diamonds. Always remember to dream big because dreams come true. Happened to me. I know for a fact it's going to happen to you. As time progresses, we'll get to do this remotely. We'll get to have this same breakdown in an outdoors format. A lot of people have not realized how so many things have always been in the confines of the office or remotely and stuff like that. Now we're going to be connecting with the world because there's so many valuable lessons and life experiences that we can only share by going through those experiences together. The best part of everything that we're doing is that everybody has been given the same opportunity. What every person does with that is up to them. And it's gonna be horrible for me to tell those people the day of tomorrow when we clear the deal. I told you, year after year, month after month, week after week, day after day, module after module. I explained it, I broke it down, I gave you everything that you needed. I made it available for people to connect with me, ask me a question, get involved. And if they chose not to do that, there's nothing that I could do about that because it's out of my realm, it's out of my jurisdiction. So without further ado, I have about 18 minutes to walk back to my office. I'm going to continue to pray, meditate the entire way. Thank you all, and we'll see you right back. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Any questions? Email me, cyraxplex@gmail.com. Connect with me, 504-202-5915. And if you want to negotiate, Crystal Delgado, Delgado Law Group, those are my lawyers. You can only go through Connect, and it's $24 million starting fee. God bless.